So before we get started, make sure to smash that like button if you haven't so far, because it helps me a ton. So YouTube knows that I'm doing this on a weekly basis. It's hard work, so it will help me a ton. If you guys are feeling it, please do smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. My name is Harvey Newman. I'm an animator. I like to share my passion for animation here in this channel with all of you. Now, let's get started with this episode. What's up, guys? I hope you had a good week. In this video, I would like to actually clarify something that sometimes I get asked in the comments about what is a technical animator versus an animator in games. Let's talk about that in this week's episode. So we all know what an animator does in games. I hope you guys do. So you come in as an animator, you sit down on your desk, and then you animate. A lot of animators actually have the technical knowledge to put their own animations in game, and they know how to do things like, if you do work in Unreal, create blueprints and all that goodness, right? But they are not super savvy on technical skills. So this is when a technical animator comes in. A technical animator is basically like the guy that lives besides the animator to make sure that the animations in-game look as good as possible. So he's the guy that actually has all the technical knowledge needed to put the animations in-game. So the animator will go to a technical animator to find out, why is my animation not working, or why is it broken, or something like that. That's basically the role of a technical animator. They will look at your animations, they'll be like, this is wrong, this is not working, maybe just check this out, check that out. Good, the animator goes back, does the animation. Now, on top of that, what the technical animator does is make sure that all the animations look and feel good. You can have the best animations possible. Without technical animation, it will actually be rubbish. Then you can also have the most technical skilled people ever. Without good animations, it will be rubbish. I've been in studios that actually have both, but I find personally that actually a good balance of a good animation team and a good technical animation team is the best for both worlds, right? Because then you get the best animations and the best showcase of animations technically and artistically in one game. Now, I also have to mention that the technical animator role is a bit ambiguous depending on where you go, right? So I've mentioned here before in previous videos that the role of an animator is already ambiguous, because an animator sometimes is more technical animator than animator, right? They actually put animations in game more than they do animations. So that can actually change. But the role of a technical animator is even more ambiguous to different studios. Sometimes the only thing they do is actually rigging. So they do the rigs, they do the pipelines in Maya for animators to work better. They make sure that exporting to game works well. They make sure that all the skeletons and all the technical jiggle bits, so dynamic bones or whatever, actually work in game correctly. So that sometimes is the role of a technical animator, and they don't really put things in game, as they don't make them work in game. Sometimes studios call them technical designers. That's what the technical animator of the studio does. The role of a technical animator, doesn't matter how you flip it, is to support animation and to make sure the animations look as good as possible. And they are indispensable for you guys out there wanting to work in games as an animator. You'll see that technical animators are going to become your best friends when it comes to animation, because they are the guys that when you want a button that does certain things in Maya that you don't have just yet, but you know they will be amazing to actually kind of resume all these 5-6 different steps that you do every day into one button that does one thing. You go to your technical animator and he will actually sort it out for you. Or if you actually have an animation in game that actually doesn't work quite well, or is popping, or a transition is not really working correctly, you go to your technical animator and they'll sort it out for you. So having a good technical animator, a talented technical animator that can do a lot of stuff like that, and they can actually see the potential and be passionate about games, is incredibly important for you in games. So for sure, make sure you appreciate your technical animators, because they are epic, and I've met so many talented technical animators through my journey. So that's why I thought I need to clarify what a technical animator does, because maybe some of you out there that want to get into animation, once you guys actually get into games, you'll realize that you have a natural knack for the technical instead of the artistic. And most technical animators that actually end up being a technical animator always, like 90% of the time, from what my experience, wanted to be animators. They just deviated to the technical side because they found out when working that they had a natural knack for the technical. So maybe some of you will be a technical animator. That's all I had for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, stay well, stay safe. Peace.